and welcome to Circuit Stream's Demo Day. It's so exciting to see you all. If you're here, definitely let me know in the chat. I'm Luciana Fortes, and I'll be your host for the day. If you can hear me and if you can see me, definitely let me know. Hello, everyone. Hi, is my audio okay? Is my video okay? Howdy, amazing. That's awesome. Very cool. So I'm so excited. This is our third edition, and we have some really exciting projects for you today. So hopefully you can stay for the whole demo day. So it's going to take about an hour and a half. But if for some reason you have to drop out, don't worry, because we are going to be recording this. So before we get things started, I'd love to know where everybody's tuning in from. So I'm currently in Calgary. Where is everybody located? There's a 7-second lag on the comments, so you might be writing and maybe I'm not seeing it. So, okay, they've just started to come in. Amazing. So Jeff is tuning in from New York. Amazing. Indika from Sri Lanka. Charles from Paris. Awesome. So do continue to use that chat function. Okay, so a couple of things for today. If you can use your headphones, great, because we have some pretty cool sound designs, and so it's better watch that way. Anything else? Let's see. Yeah, there's a second delay in the comments, and so if we're not answering your questions or your comments right away, it's because of that. Okay, so without further ado, let's get things started. So what can you expect for today? I'm going to start us off with a brief introduction so that for those of you who don't know us, you become familiarized with CircuitStream and what we do. And then we're going to dive into the student projects. We have 6 student projects today and 3 class projects. And then we'll finalize with a prize draw as well as a wrap up. And if at any point you have any issues with my sound or my mic, definitely let me know. So you guys are familiarized with the structure. We're going to do student projects. They're going to come, they're going to present a video demo. They're going to talk about their projects. And then I'm going to open up to Q&A in the chat. So that'll be that cycle for each student. So make sure you have your questions ready when the students come up. And I'm also going to drop in their contact information so that if you'd like to connect with them even after the workshop, that's something that you could do. Not workshop, demo day. I've been doing too many workshops. All right, let's get things started. So some of you might know me, some of you might not. I'm Luciana Fortes, but you can call me Lucy, and I'm the Student Experience Coordinator here at CircuitStream. I've worked with education for over 7 years, and a fun fact about me is that both of my degrees are in dance, and in 2016, I danced in the opening ceremony of the Rio 2016 Paralympic Games. All right, so who is CircuitStream and what do we do? So we were founded in 2015 when we noticed that there was a gap in the education world in terms of providing training to the next set of XR professionals, enthusiasts, and hobbyists. So since then, we've trained over 40,000 learners. We're also Unity certified training and channel partner. And so that means that channel partners are approved based on their expertise, focusing on quality education, and commitment to providing the best level of training possible. So that's our partnership with Unity. And Unity is the engine that we use in our courses. So all of the projects that you'll be seeing here today were created on Unity. In terms of our team, we're a global team, just like our students, of industry experts who are passionate about building the next set of AR and VR products. This is just a snapshot of the students that we've had a pleasure to train. So our students come from various backgrounds and interests, and so that's pretty cool to see. So even in our projects today, you'll see that they have many different, there are many different areas and many different applicabilities, which is always really exciting. Okay, so the graduates today all graduated from the XR Development with Unity course. So this course is based on creating apps and experiences for XR, and it has programming involved and coding involved, lots of C#, lots of, brain explosions, but they managed to pull through. It's a 10-week course with 80 hours of instruction in total. Okay, I did that in less than 10 minutes. Round of applause. So without further ado, let's get started with the student projects. So first we have Daryl Augustine, 360 video player. So Daryl can be here for this presentation, but I'm going to be showing his video so you can see. And I've also have his contact info below in case any of you would like to contact him afterwards.
My introduction to VR started in the summer of 2020 after I had started experimenting with 360 cameras. Coming from a filmmaking background for the last 20 years, getting up to speed with how to shoot with these cameras was relatively easy. But when it came to stitching and then delivery in a headset, I had a lot to learn and I didn't realize how difficult that journey would become. Just uploading content to YouTube was not going to be enough for the clients a friend of mine had landed in early 2021. We needed to create an app to load on a headset. Our journey into Unity started after finding a great app creation tool called geology. They specialize in 360 video app creation, and their templates can be downloaded and modified in Unity. I had heard about CircuitStream and signed up for the XR development course. During my one-on-one time, we started out with making simple design changes to the geology template canvas. We were also able to look under the hood of what they had created in Unity and realize how complex and diverse of an app it is. And the geology backend system allowed us to deliver 3D 360 video at an extremely high quality. About halfway through the course, I realized it would be good to start building my 360 player app on my own, and I had a look at the 360 workshops that CircuitStream had offered. I began by building on Indica's approach, and then copying design components from references from other 360 players I liked. The biggest problem for me was still the video quality. Given that each 360 video for my 8K camera would be above 2 gigabytes in size, far too large to just embed in the app, I had to figure out how to load a video from the headset. Through the one-on-one sessions with Nikisa, Indica's office hours, and a lot of research and emailing, we all finally figured out the method for referencing a video preloaded on the Quest 2. From there, the last few sessions were spent working with the Interaction Toolkit and the start of some design features. For me, this is just the beginning, and I want to add in many subtle design features and find a way to ensure high-quality 3D video playback and spatial audio. I'm enrolled in a design course at the end of August, and I also hope to take this project onto the accelerator course as well.
Amazing. Everybody give Daryl a round of applause. Or snaps. Snaps. I like snaps. Very cool. Congrats, Daryl. So if you have any questions for Daryl or if any comments, you can post in the chat or comment in the YouTube right below. And later he can come and answer your questions, or feel free to contact him directly via his contact info. And I'm sure he'd be really happy to answer your questions. Awesome. Amazing job, Daryl. So that's his contact info. And then now we have Louise Edwards, elevator to the center of the earth. I'm gonna pull up Louise here to the stream. Hey, Louise.
Hey, how's it going?
Good, how are you?
Good, thanks. Hi, everybody.
So would you like to say anything before we play your video?
No, I don't think so. I think I'll leave that till after everyone's had a little look.
Awesome. Alrighty. So is everybody ready? Are you ready to take a trip to the center of the earth? Whoa. Congrats, Lou. That's awesome.
Thanks very much. You showed the long one. Everyone got to see a little bit extra. Thanks everybody for the great comments there, and apologies for my fairly amateurish video production. It was my first attempt, so some of the info bubbles didn't stay up for very long. But if you have any questions, please do let me know. So a bit of my background to introduce. I am a former geologist, like earth science researcher in academia, who has made several career transitions over the years. Ended up in a high school science classroom and noticed that there was a lot of earth sciences in the curriculum, but not many teachers had the background and the confidence and to really deliver that material in an engaging way. And I really saw this opportunity to kind of really dive into filling that gap based on my background, and had all of these ideas for these VR things that I could do, because I thought, oh, wow, like these are places that are and scales that are so abstract. Like VR is a way that we can really get a visceral experience of time and space and some of these things that really, like, as I said, we can't go to the center of the earth. So I had assumed that I would have to find someone else with the technical skills to work with. But then I ended up randomly in a meeting at my actual real job with Lou, the CEO of Circuitry, and I found out about the company. And not long later, here I am, and realized that I could do it myself. So I was in Nikita's class, and Ashley was my mentor, and just what an amazing experience. And Ashley helped me really kind of bring this to life. Building all of the textures and the elevator, and most of it is put together in Pro Builder and various other things kind of built from scratch. But obviously a lot of the textures are from the asset store and various other things. But I'm happy to answer any questions that you have about what I did and what I'm looking to do. Obviously, the big thing I have to do now is actually sit down and think about the geology that I want to kind of include in there and teach people. And it's been a while since I've worked in that area, so I'm going to have to kind of dig into the depths of my brain to remember what happened.
Nice. You're going to go to the depths of the earth by the depths of your brain. Okay, so we have a question from Nick, actually. So Nick is asking, what is the use case for this in your field of work?
So it would be for the objective for me would be to have this as something that is deployable within classrooms. As part of earth science curriculum, kids have to learn this and know it, and it's often kind of, I'll look at a diagram in a textbook and that's it. But I see it being kind of interesting to other people too, and other levels. It's just it would impact kind of the level of the contents that you kind of include in there.
Yeah, for sure. Even for us as adults, right? Like you said, this is something that we can't do. So it's always very theoretical. So if we can kind of even get close to experiencing it, it just gets more ingrained, right? Exactly.
It's that visceral experience. And it was so funny when I posted this video on Facebook, and some friends of mine, I don't know, the village I grew up with for some reason generated a whole bunch of geologists. And there was this comment, there's this like back and forth with all of my brother's friends, actually, who were all like suggesting these new cool like features to add. It was really neat.
Nice. That's awesome. So we have 1 more minute. So we have time for a couple more questions if anybody has them, or, maybe they just want to get on to the app and try it out. Oh, Charles has a question. Is there any motion sickness?
For me, no, and I am very, very susceptible. So when I made the video of it, yes, like I can't watch that video too many times, but actually within there, The only place where it could be is within that outer core where the texture is actually flowing. It's kind of a neat experience, but I could see how if you're susceptible within VR, that might be an issue. So that's one of the things I'll have to test for when more people than 3 have had a go.
Mm-hmm. It'd be so cool if at a certain point you could actually like touch and feel the texture of the materials.
Yeah, I was considering that you could kind of take a core sample from within there and then kind of touch it. But that's kind of a stretch goal at this point.
It's a matter of time.
Yeah.
Question from Andrew. Did you storyboard this out or did you build as you developed this in Unity?
A little bit of both. This is an idea that's kind of been building in the back of my mind for quite a long time. So teaching grade 7 science, I kind of put together versions of this as non-interactive. So I had kind of a lot of that done, but really it was just a build as you go. Yeah.
Nice. And then we have time for one last question from Andy. Will the elevator doors open? That's $1 million question right there.
That's an interesting idea. I think, you're probably at that depth, like it's at 5,000 degrees, you're probably dead anyway. So,
but maybe you have a shield, like a
equipment.
Maybe.
Yeah, I just have to go back and watch the core for inspiration.
Nice, very cool.
But yeah, that's my game. I'm conscious of time, but thanks very much for letting me chat about it and show you.
Thanks so much, Lou. We're really excited to see where it goes next.
Thanks very much. Bye.
Bye. All right, so now we have, let me pop up my screen here. So that was Lou, and her contact info is right there. So next we have Michael Simpsonelli, Invent, a virtual reality music experience. So Michael also couldn't be here. So we're going to be presenting for him. And he prepared a little blurb for me to read. So I'm going to go ahead and read it, and that way everybody has time to kind of absorb the information. A music composition reimagined in virtual reality stems from the 2021 studio recording of an original piece composed in 2010 titled Invent, are placed inside 3D objects with spatial studio audio. The 3D spheres in the scene have 360-degree images projected inside them and can be grabbed with the Oculus left grip controller button to enter inside the images. My original dream was to have 360 VR videos inside the spheres, but that kind of rendering did not go over well with my Oculus Quest. However, if I had more time outside of the time I spent developing this project, I would have created my own images for the spheres, specifically photos of the performing artist, in this case myself. In the future, I may experiment more with 2D video production combined with 3D photo images, optimizing so many kinetic music sources being spatialized in real time, and so many images and videos rendering onto moving objects proved to be very challenging. The cubes and spheres all contain audio sources, which are tracked to the scene by the Dear VR Spatializer plugin. The materials and color schemes in this project are an homage to Dear Reality, who make the Dear VR Unity asset I used for this project. I own most of their apps. They are fantastic for XR audio work, and I'm a big fan of theirs. The materials are borrowed from their Unity demo scene. Each corridor triggers an audio source that stops when player exits the corridor. The cubes with the 4 speakers on them are static, but do project instrument sounds. Spheres can be thrown around the scene to create different sound mixes. Right-hand B button or joystick teleports. Right-hand joystick snap turns. Exit the game anytime by navigating to the red arrow in the corner and pressing the red button there. But what does the other red button do? Built for Oculus Quest using Unity and C#. Music and application development, 2021 Simpsonelli Productions, sci-fi corridor models by YMCGI via TurboSquid. Okay, so this will make a little bit more sense when I show the video. So here it is.
Before
Awesome! Congrats, Michael! Snap, snap, snaps all around. That's amazing. I like the button button. Yeah, if anybody has any questions for Michael or any comments, you can comment in the comment section of the YouTube. Sorry, that's a lot of comments. And he can answer, or you can contact him directly via his contact info. Here, I'm going to add it back. And there he is. That's amazing. Very cool. Alrighty, so now we have Charles. Let me pull up Charles here. Hey, Charles.
Hi.
How's it going?
I'm doing well, and you?
Good, thanks.
All right, well,
So, do you want to say your last name for me? I realized.
so it's Gom. It's Gom without the. You don't pronounce the S.
Oh, I was going to say Gosme.
You can say that.
I'll say Gom. It's much. I like it more. Cool. All right, Charles. Would you like to say anything before we show your video?
So I'm a musician. I used to work in refugee law, and now thanks to Circuit Stream, and I'm slowly going to shift into XR work. So I'm happy to go straight to the video, and then we can have a discussion afterwards.
Sounds good. Looking forward to it. All right. So now, Charles.
Hi there, I'm Charles. I took part in Circuit Stream's 10-week course in XR development, and I'm going to introduce you to the personal project I worked on in that framework. It's my first project in extended reality, and still very much a work in progress. It is a prototype for a long-term project to create a VR app that will help with performance anxiety, specifically performance anxiety when singing or speaking in public. The idea is to simulate singing or public speaking in a realistic performance environment in the Oculus Quest with a sound that feels very real. And the app will include performance tips derived from research in behavioral therapy. What I have at the moment is 2 concert rooms and an airship as a sort of backstage to relax. Within a given scene, there is a portal to move between the airship and concert rooms. You can hear yourself speak, hello, as well as your footsteps. And those footsteps sound different depending on the type of ground you are walking on. The sound of your own voice is still a little delayed, and I'm currently working on fixing that latency issue, which isn't so easy in the Quest. When you speak or sing, there are parametric cubes in different locations that respond to the sound of your voice. Hello. There is the sound of wind when you are outdoors, and of course no wind when you are indoors. When inside the concert rooms, all sounds that you hear, your voice, your footsteps, all those sounds are baked in a room reverb, but it still needs a little tweaking. At the moment, there's only a tiny audience of Mixamo characters. These characters are always looking in your direction, no matter where you are in the room, which is fine when you're on stage, but it can be a little creepy when you're off stage and walking around or trying to watch a movie. These characters clap on command, as well as at the end of backing tracks or videos, so that you can perform a speech or a song with a backing track and get some love at the end. There have been some funny accidents during my work on this project. For example, when I pick this bowl up, it takes me flying around the scene. I still have a lot of work ahead, which includes implementing the Oculus spatializer properly, and I look forward to all feedback I can get. I'm very happy with what I've been able to do in 10 weeks, and wish to say a sincere thank you to my one-on-one teacher, Arthur from Circuit Stream, as well as to my class teachers, Ozzy, Jerry, and Cash, and of course to Luciana, who provides wonderful support. And I mustn't forget to thank all the Unity educators on YouTube and asset creators whose lessons and assets I greatly benefited from. Thank you for watching.
That's amazing, Charles. Everybody, snaps all around. I feel like this is so useful, for so many performance artists, but also, anybody who wants to do public speaking.
No, thanks a lot. I mean, I'm currently going through performance anxiety, so it's useful even right now.
Oh yeah. I needed your app to prepare for this demo day.
Yeah, well, next time.
Next time. Okay. Cool.
All right, so I'm happy to. So the video itself, I'll include credits to all the asset creators as well, and to the different tutorials. So for people who'd like the link after, and I'm happy to move on with the discussion if people would like to ask questions.
Brilliant. So ask away, everyone. So there might be a tiny delay just because of the time between YouTube comments and.
And I'm taking a look at them now. I'm seeing
okay.
now.
Yeah.
I appreciate everyone's very nice words. And yeah, Andy, I agree. I think we're using a similar asset.
Very cool. Yeah, are you thinking of changing the, all of the characters looking at you?
Oh yeah. I mean, they're horrendous, but they're just they're just good for the prototyping phase. But the idea is to have much more realistic characters, to to have real background sounds, the sound of coughing, and to kind of for all of them to act a little bit differently, and to to have different layers, different levels of crowd interactions. So yeah.
Nice. But in a sense, it's kind of the fact that it's so intense can kind of be good in a way because it prepares you for like the worst possible scenario, like everybody's looking at you. But it's definitely not so realistic.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. So we have a first question from Cash. What did you use for the spectrum analysis of the audio?
All right. So I broke it down into 8 frequency bands. So to be honest, the credit really belongs to the Audio Peer Play YouTube channel. He has an awesome set of tutorials that I will include in the YouTube link in the description. But yeah, so he basically breaks down the audio into 8 frequency bands, and then it's all about band buffers, about scale multipliers, about amplitude, audio amplitude, and it really is pretty awesome instantiating all those cubes all around the concert hall. So I'll include a link there.
Awesome. And the question is from Steph. Is the goal to have the concert hall full of audience members? Oh, I guess you answered that.
Yep. No, absolutely. So I think I'm still trying to figure out exactly the best way to build it up in terms of levels. So the idea really is to draw from the literature on behavioral therapy, on cognitive behavioral therapy, on desensitization, working on anxiety inoculation. And so, it will be broken down into levels, into smaller rooms to bigger rooms, to having no crowd at all, then just a few people, and then a huge crowd with, so that's the idea.
Just a follow-up question on that. Are we going to be able to personalize the type of audience? Like, now this audience is made up of your family members. This audience is like all judges, for example.
Family members is horrendous.
That's like level 5.
Yeah, exactly. Top level family members and close friends. The idea is to be able to, as the app continues to be developed, to have that kind of possibility of modulating the kind of crowd you have.
Nice. That's super useful. Very cool. Jeff is saying, yeah, that was creepy.
Yeah,
the audience members. And now a question from Nick. Have you had any singers or presenters try it out yet?
Nope. So no. There's still, as you can hear in the video, there's a tiny bit of latency. It's almost non-existent, but there's just enough for it to be annoying. So right now, I have to kind of decide, am I really going to just try and push and kill that latency if it's totally possible in the Quest? And if it's not, then I have to fall on some plan Bs, where for those of you who are into music production, I might get rid of the dry sound completely. I'm sorry for those who aren't. And what I might leave is just the wet sound, the reverb sound. And like that, the slight delay won't be as much of a problem. And then I can start testing it out with some singers and anyone who'd like to test their public speaking.
Nice, skills. Yeah. You should definitely let us know when that happens, because we'd have lots of testers, I'm sure.
Awesome.
Next question. So I think you answered Andrew's question already. Next question.
I see Diane.
Yes, Great. What made you switch from refugee law to XR? Seems quite a different route.
Ooh, yeah. So I actually already made a switch from refugee law to music. So I work mainly as a cellist. And so now it's more that I'm, after doing this for 5 years, I'm slowly going to shift into XR. Not move completely away from music, but I definitely would like to work in XR. And I still have a little bit of a foot in refugee law. And so it's not something that I've given up completely. But yeah, so I think I just have more of an interest in working day to day on more artistic things, and now in programming things.
That's super cool. Yeah, and the nice thing about XR too is you can integrate it with music. I'm sure you can have some sort of
Exactly,
application for
exactly,
law, right?
and storytelling for refugee
Yeah,
stories. There are already some great apps,
that's true.
and some that exist with regard to refugees. So I definitely have an interest in also adding something and contributing something to that.
Nice, nice.
Yeah,
That's super cool. Nick said, not a question, but he said, very cool. Good luck. Happy to help you out as we're in the same field of work. So
that'd be
it's a
great.
nice connection
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
Cool.
Looking forward to meeting you, Nick.
And Andy, he has a tons of questions for you later, so more discussion to follow.
Awesome.
I'm gonna also at the end, so Nick, I'm gonna go ahead and post the link to our Slack channel. So that's also a great way to stay connected with us. So in
Hi,
our
Kyle.
Slack. Hmm?
I was just saying hi to Kyle. Sorry,
Oh,
interrupted
okay,
you.
yeah. No, all good,
Yeah,
all
no
good.
problem.
No problem. And that way you can connect to Charles and any of the other presenters. Very cool. Does anybody have a last question? No? Okay.
No.
All
Well,
good.
I just want to say a very big thank you to Circuit Stream, to the whole team, to all my teachers, to you, Lucy. The whole thing has been a really amazing experience, and so I hope to continue the journey with you guys.
That's awesome. Thanks so much for saying that, Charles. It's been a pleasure working with you and supporting you, and we know that you'll continue to do some awesome things.
Thanks, and well done to everyone else for their project so far. I've loved everything.
Yeah, everybody's kicking butt.
Yep. All
Cool.
right.
Thanks so much, Charles. See ya. Very cool. That was awesome. All right, so on to the next project. Very cool. Oh, did Deon have okay, Deon had a follow-up question, but I think, Charles, you can answer the comment he just asked. Are your future projects combining music with XR? Do you already have a next idea? So more to follow. All right, and now we have Nikolai Jorgensen. So all of the students here today, they did the XR development with Unity course in like February and April, but Nikolai did, I think it was in December of last year. Let me invite Nikolai up on here. Hey, Nikolai.
Hi, everyone.
So it's great to see alums from different periods. So I'm so great that you were able to join us. Would you like to say anything before we show the video?
Yeah, definitely. So I started this journey quite a while ago, as you said, December last year, or I lose track of time, honestly, when building projects like this. But it's been a great journey with Circuit Stream, and everybody is so freaking smart and helpful. This is a long-time dream of mine to do some XR VR stuff. But about the project and what we've been doing here, so I have a passion for video games and self-improvement, and specifically mental health. Personally, I've suffered from general anxiety and depression, which is a really uncomfortable thing to suffer from. And I think, especially these days with COVID and staying at home, a lot of us has experienced a lot of varying degrees of negative emotions. And I've taken, in the time that all this happened, a certification in neurolinguistic programming, which is sort of a form of cognitive behavioral therapy, which was really interesting to do. And I thought, why don't we take the most powerful coaching and therapy processes and put them into VR so many more people can actually try them out in the comfort of their own homes? So I got to work and started thinking about how to do this, and it was way more complicated than I thought. So things took way longer. So we've been doing this for 11 months now, with including the Circuit Stream time. I found a team and became sort of more of the producer and game designer. of all of this, and did some of the very early beginnings of it, but soon figured out I was sort of not able to actually complete my vision. So I got really resourceful and found other people that could. And with that, we were able to, my co-founder, who's a domain expert in the field of cognitive behavioral therapy for over 30 years, we took her coaching process and we redesigned it for a virtual reality experience. And yeah, that's what has become the gift. And it's now available for download for anybody. It's in beta mode right now. We just submitted to the App Lab for Oculus Quest or the Oculus Store. So that's really exciting. So soon it'll be even more accessible. So if you suffer from negative thoughts once in a while, or you're going through really tough times, this is definitely something I would recommend. Yeah, I think the trailer will speak for itself with the people that are in it. So let's roll it.
Awesome. Absolutely. Let's get this show on the road.
It was supernatural, almost. It was something that you don't just get without someone kind of guiding you to that.
Well, I feel much more at peace, enlightened about the things that worry me.
Inside my body, I'm really enjoying the release of the stomach knot. That's been on me all day.
Wow, that's awesome. Around the snaps for Nikolai. I can only, like, you were saying, it's so relevant nowadays, right? And then thinking about everything that's happening, like with the Olympic athletes and mental health, is just so necessary. So it's super cool.
Yeah, and it's astonishing what we see people experience. So that guy at the end, he actually has autism. His name is Spyro, and he had a very, very challenging work experience where he had to go into a meeting, and it was a very sort of important meeting for him that had really big consequences. And what he was able to do is change his perception around the meeting from a threat to an actually opportunity. And he went into the meeting and actually had a complete sort of like, he came in with different feelings, he acted differently, he said different things, and obviously the people in his room and the colleagues, they actually acted differently towards him, and it was a win-win outcome. And we have several of these, real life stories where people like actually changed their personal outcomes in their lives. So instead of just only relaxing, you're actually changing your neurological pathways to perceive things differently. And I think that's quite profound that you were actually able to impact people's perception and behavior around certain situations, so they show up even more powerful and resourceful in their lives, which this is all about. That, yeah.
For sure. And I think it demystifies as well this idea that, like, oh no, it's an escape, right? And it's actually you're gaining skills to apply in your day-to-day life, right?
Yeah. That's exactly cool. What it is. Yeah. So.
Awesome.
Any questions?
So for the questions, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Well, I'm sure they'll come in. Just a slight delay. But in the meantime,
Yeah.
do you want to talk about how you're looking for testers and maybe we can
Yeah,
post the link here?
we're now in phase 2 of 3, and we're looking for beta testers, people we don't know, not friends and family. So right now we have 28 signups. We just launched this week our open beta, and we're just looking to learn. What's really cool, I can talk more about the project, is just hang on one moment.
For sure. And just so everybody knows, I just posted the link.
So what we did was really fascinating. So we have inside the game, we didn't really show that, but we have an audio recording voice feature. So at the end, you can actually leave audio recording, and it senses right to an AWS base. And we then use Amazon Transcribe to be able to read what people's feedbacks are. So that was pretty cool to make it with the developers.
Oh, cool. It cut up a little bit at the end. You're saying they can leave the audio and to talk about their experience?
Yeah, exactly. So they can talk about their experience and leave feedback on how we can improve it. And we get that straight into a database with AWS and transcribe it so we can read it and not have to listen through audio files. So that was pretty fun to make.
Oh, nice.
The back end of it.
Nice. We have some questions coming in. So a question from Jerry. What's the most challenging thing about this project?
Oh my goodness. 2 things. I think me as a game designer actually designing this. So I just had a script on about how to conduct the process in a real life therapy setting, and actually have to redesign the whole thing into a fully fledged VR experience, and find actually writing the script of what the orb should say. So the white glowing thing is actually an orb, so it acts as an orb coach, which narrates you through the entire experience in micro steps. And we had a professional voice actor come in and do the work on that. So It sounds really good. I think that was really challenging, the whole game design, the planning, the designing of it, and writing that down. And we have a 60-page doc or something. It's gotten really long. That was really challenging. And believe it or not, colliders. There is a moment where you need to identify the negative emotion in your body and then pull it out by holding the trigger and releasing it. That was just the most challenging thing that we've been going. That was hard. Wow. It sounds weird, but it's one of those really fine-tuned key moments that makes all the difference, where you disassociate yourself from your feeling. And if you can't really grab and do that motion with your body and teach your body that you're disassociated, it's not really going to work. So that was a key moment to really nail.
Absolutely, because it all gets lost up. We read about how we're not our feelings. In order to separate all of that,
yeah.
If you can feel it, if you can see it, it's so much easier, right?
It definitely helps you disassociate and work with that emotion. And then we use more questions, maybe.
Yes. Let's jump on them. Question from Andy: did you script that trailer yourself? It's so impressive.
Script. I'm not really sure what you mean by that. We had Seuss, which I wish was here today, one of our sound designers, come and create that. And he's actually also charting a new path, a career path for himself. He's 45, got a kid. He actually came in and did the trailer. We did a lot of storyboards. I think we scrapped about 12 storyboards and went over the USPs over and over again so people understood what it is. And that was 2 months of work, actually. Wow. Not full time, but it happened. We created over a period of 2 months. Yeah.
Cool. And we'll go ahead to our last question, just because of the time. Can you talk a bit about how you developed this with a team? What was that creative process like?
Yeah, that was the best part of it all, I think. The way we did it is practically, I listened to a lot of talks about game production and how to do it. And so I was really trying to get into the Scrum Agile workflow, because now I had a team and not just myself, and I had to feed them all kinds of small tasks and agree on all kinds of various decisions. So what we did was I used ClickUp a lot. It's really a great tool if you have more than just a few people. We were actually only 3 to 4 people doing this. One VR lead programmer and one extra programmer to do the database from Pakistan, actually, that I just reached out to. And we have a lead VR developer that's an expert in aquatic therapy and has written a PhD about aquatic therapy. So we brought him on board, and he was really excited about it. But the creative process was really, discussing with the team, how could we display this specific step in VR. And a lot of stickmen and back and forth on role playing. What would be the best way to pull this out or spin things and the different things you got to do in there. So it was a lot of interaction and just trying to figure out how is it best done, and then lots of testing. Dreadful, a lot of testing, and tweaking small, seemingly unimportant things. And then we had milestones for each week, and we brought all the tasks. We broke them into complexity versus importance, and we sort of always ranked everything we worked on and had caps on how much work one person could do at a time, because if you're trying to fill 10 cups with one jug, you're not going to fill them all up, right? So it's all about focus. So for me, that was a lot of growth in that, and just making sure that people just work on what they think is awesome and fun, and get all the clutter away from them. I hope that answers your questions, Andrew. Happy to answer anything else offline.
Very cool. Yeah, so we'll stop there. I see there are a couple other questions, but maybe Nikolai can answer in the comments, or we can continue on Slack afterwards.
Definitely. So cool. Thank you very much. You guys are freaking awesome.
Thanks so much.
Feel blessed for being here, actually. Thanks.
Thanks for coming. It's very cool. Alrighty. So next we have our last student project of the day, Andrew Alderetz. I don't know if I'm saying your last name right, Andrew. Let me pull you up here. You're laughing. I can see that.
Alderete. Alderete in Spanish, if you want to get very technical. Yeah.
I like it. Alderete, because you're ready to go.
That's right.
Cool.
It's good to be here. Can I just say that these presentations have been incredible? Unbelievable.
Agreed.
So incredible and practical. Just before we dive into this video, which is a little long, I just want to say that I work in movies and I work in film music and the intersection of the two in live entertainment. So a lot of Circuit Stream for me has been experimentation. I came in with no experience. I'm a visual person. I have an MFA from CalArts in film. So a lot of texture experimentation with sound and color and how that affects your emotional response. So this is an accumulation of everything I've done at Circuit Stream, from shaders to scenes to projects to everything. And it's more of just sort of a visual journey for me to sort of figure out how to apply this to the main client Cynic Concerts who I'm working for right now that does live entertainment experiences with movies. So anyways, let's just get to it, and I'll see you on the other side.
Awesome. See you on the other side. I'm going to pause it for a second. There's a little bit of a lag. I think it's just buffering. Just going to go back for a second here. And yeah, okay, let's see if that's better.
From the book that sparked our imagination came the movie that captured the hearts of millions. Do you remember the excitement? The magic.
You're a wizard, Harry.
And the music. Now, for the first time ever, experience the extraordinary story of friendship, magic, and adventure in a special live concert event. Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone in concert. Experience this beloved movie in a whole new way. Relive the adventure of Harry and his friends as a live symphony orchestra performs John Williams' unforgettable score with the full movie projected on the big screen.
Good luck, Harry Potter.
This boy will be famous. There won't be a child in our world who doesn't know his name.
Ah, very cool.
Thank you,
Round of
guys.
snaps, round of snaps. That was awesome. That was awesome. Ah, very cool.
Where to begin? I like I said before, this has been an experimentation for me. In the concerts that we do, which is Harry Potter film concert series like Gladiator Live and such, we do the full projection of the movie with a live orchestra, right? And having that experience of the live music of the full score played to the movie that you love is unparalleled. It's a unforgettable experience. And my whole life, I feel like I've really been trying to search for ways to tell stories through sound and image. It's really the most, I don't know, how can you call it? It's like the most innate sort of emotion that you can have from when you're a little kid and you hear something cool, or you see a movie that sticks with you for the rest of your life. Like trying to find those moments in live entertainment has been really rewarding. And so XR has always been in the back of my mind as something, I don't know, I wanted to say originally I was very sort of skeptical about it. I think because of the hardware issues, many years back. And, growing up in the 90s, I saw Johnny Mnemonic and I thought it was super cool, and Lawnmower Man. And I was like, those movies are awesome, but it's just not practical. And buying an Oculus Quest really changed my opinion about that. And when I saw Circuit Stream, I was instantly captured with the ability to learn this new technology. I knew nothing about it. We were trying to get into the AR and VR space and didn't know really how to. So I felt like, with the pandemic and everything happening and the extra time that I had with live entertainment sort of being nothing, I took the jump in and decided to learn everything I could with CircuitStream, and it's been an invaluable and amazing experience.
That's awesome, Andrew. No, it's so impressive to see just like how much you've been able to create in like taking the C# and taking extra dev and now the design course, right?
That's right. Yeah.
We are a bit behind, but we have time for one question, and then the rest we can continue on Slack or maybe even in the chat. So I'll just pop this question from Andy. So have you shown this to your Cine Concerts team?
Yes, absolutely. And right now we're trying to figure out where to best to apply this. Whether it's a plus up at a show, so you have a booth at a show and people can sit, very much like an attraction, and experience something new. And it will obviously be music based. We'll probably do something that educates them about film music, maybe has a very immersive world that they step in that associates with the IP being displayed, whether it's Godfather, an Italian Village, for example, or if we do Gladiator, it'll be the Colosseum in Rome. And just stepping into that space and looking around is enough for most people, with some interesting sounds and some really well thought out designs. So I think that's just the most exciting part of this, is that the applications for this are infinite.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's awesome. Yeah, Andy's saying I'll be following this closely.
Thank you,
so will we. Awesome. That's so cool. Thank you so much, Andrew.
Sure.
Yeah, it's so exciting to see all your work. And
thanks again to the CircuitStream. By the way, I have to thank you guys, because without all of the entire team at CircuitStream, I mean, the instructors, to you, Lucy, of course, and even the marketing team, you guys, everybody has been super supportive of learning 100% with that. And that's been really valuable to me. And so I will never forget you guys and the journeys that I take in the future, for sure.
That's awesome. That's so good to hear. Thank you. Alrighty. So with that, we conclude the student project section. But now we have the class project. So we're going to have 3 instructors presenting this. But this was created in collaboration with the class. So without further ado, I'm going to invite Cash Garman. Cash up on screen. Hey, Cash. Cash is an expert developer instructor here at CircuitStream. Over 15 years of experience in the games industry, formerly University of Lincoln, University of Sussex instructor. And this is pretty cool. Briefly held the world record for most consecutive days committing changes to GitHub by a human. Whoa.
Hey there, everybody. I don't know how I'm going to follow that last act. Well, I'll give it a shot.
We should just end it here. Demo days.
Yeah, I'm done. I gotta go. Sorry. Thanks, Andrew. You spoiled everybody. I'm looking at. I've only got 7 minutes, so I'll keep it short. This is the collaboration between my students in the April intake of the course are doing the final project. The kind of goal we came up with is we wanted to experiment with the senses through not just traditional sensations you get into VR, purely visual, or purely. We're just trying to experiment with some new ideas. So we came up with just non-traditional ways of exploring a world, and I guess I'll let the video do the talking. Because of given the time I'm going to keep quiet through the first bit because it's got some nice music. But during me stumbling around a cave, flailing around, I can take Q&A during that. So go ahead.
Sounds good. All right. So I'll share the video.
So during this part, I never actually made it through the cave until I filmed this yesterday. I only make it most of the way through. The concept is depriving the player of traditional senses you'd have in a game and making them explore using the tools they have at hand. And just playing around with light and sound. Yeah, we had a lot of fun with the sound. I did forget to mention there's no credits in this recording because I don't know how to video edit, so I'm going to be leaving that in the description of the video. Sorry, students, you guys know who you are. So if you do have any questions, you can ask them now because this bit's me fumbling through a cave. There's something kind of, it ended up being slightly peaceful but also unnerving at the same time. So the question there, I don't know if you want to pop that up there, Lucy. The creative process. So one of our first session of the final project, we sat down, we decided on first a theme. So kind of just to give us a general feel of a setting, and we kind of ended up settling on exploring an environment of some kind. So, and then this was a voting process. We all had a say in it. And then we, yes, Andrew, they do get lighter when you shake them, and they also fade out faster if you don't shake them enough. And then we had a list of genres to choose from. Not genres like you'd expect, like first-person shooter or racing game or anything, but genres more like creating, discovering, reacting, navigation. And so we chose, each student chose 2 genres, and so we took the top 2 genres, and we, I think it was exploration, and I forgot the other one. It was exploration, and it fits the style anyway. And then we just kind of decided to not really aim to make a finished game with a narrative experience, but something that's more of a kind of a experiment. And then to take it further, basically, on this, I mean, the idea is that you could turn this into a narrative experience if you wanted to.
Nice, that's awesome.
So it was very collaborative, yeah.
Very cool.
A couple more questions there. I think I answered Andrew's first one. We did not create the cave map. This was a beautiful map. It's kind of hard to tell because it's pitch black. But the map was created by, I've forgotten the name. They have quite a nice selection. I'll see if I can put that down in the description as well. But we were just going for something low poly, not too obtrusive. We did spend a lot of time on the sounds for this. Including the sounds from the glow stick striking the ground and the pebble. They're physically accurate, and we have multiple samples of sound for different impact strengths. So we randomly choose one. So we have a lot of variation in the sounds. They don't sound like you don't get repetition in the sounds. So a lot of the work and experimentation was the audio. How long does it take to make? This took well, I did a lot of the work obviously between our sessions because they were delivered as a lesson format. But I believe it was 4 sessions total, including our design session. Yes, the all sounds are in 3D as well. Part of our goals will be able to, one thing we did not manage to implement in time was, so this is the final chamber of the cave, well, one of the final chambers of the cave, which is just huge. We were going to add haptics as well, so you had an area in the cave where it was too foggy for even your glow sticks to see anything, and you'd have to reach out and feel your way around using the vibration and the controller. So again, it would have been another experiment in kind of sensory deprivation and providing them the player with other ways of navigating.
No, that's super cool. It's almost kind of the same. It ends up, I guess that this wasn't the purpose, I guess, but it ends up relaxing you as well because you know, it cuts away all of that overstimulation. It helps you focus on one thing, right?
Yeah, it was actually quite relaxing. That's a good question, Charles. I don't suffer from claustrophobia, so I couldn't comment on that. I'm not sure about my other students, but I think I don't know if claustrophobia would be the right word, but certainly lost in the dark. But I didn't, because of certainly in the outdoors, you're very much lost in the fog. But the music really helps kind of plant you and ground you. And I think the I'm not sure if what kind of reactions people could have to the cave. It is a little bit creepy. It's a little bit isolating. You can get lost, and it is. I mean, I got lost halfway through that. The end there, I had to backtrack, but it's like, okay, I'm recording a video, so there's a bit of stress there. But I was like, damn, I'm actually lost at this cave.
Cool. Alrighty, I think that's all the time we have for questions. Thank you so much, Cash. That's so cool. See you later. Okay, so on to the next class project. So now we have, I'd like to invite, actually, I'm going to go to Nakisa first, and then I'm going to go to Ozzy. So Nakisa Donnelly. Nakisa, instructor in VR, AR developer here at CircusStream. Holland's a magically professional, occasionally part of a circus, and also known as #Pun Queen. There she is.
What, really?
I gave you that honor. We did the ceremony. This is
I've been queened.
Cool. All right, take it away.
Sure. So, I'm sharing my screen. Can everyone see that?
Oh, not yet.
So this is going to be a live demonstration from the final project that we created, which was a collaborative effort. And we settled on the name Blobmageddon because, you know, it's like a blob apocalypse. So this is a VR tower defense game. And we explored some timed level creation for the spawning of things. We have navigation. We have like nav mesh links, like off links. So they're climbing up the tower, and we have a complete combat system with like hit points and health and all that stuff. So I'll give a little demonstration. Yes, and there was a frying pan that was made by one of the students in class, and that is my most favorite weapon to use. So let's start it. Eventually. And we also created custom fonts. As you can, there we go. There we go. And there we are. So we have UI, and we're just going to start. So it's very cheerful, and there is the blob, and there's the frying pan, and I'm ready. And hold on. So it's chasing me, and there we go. There we go. So there's one, and there's two other that are racing towards me that I'm so ready for. Oh my god. And we can hit them, and oh my god. Okay, and there's way more coming. So yes, this is Blobmageddon. Oh my god. So as we can tell, I'm getting pretty overwhelmed here. And that is the game. So right now, in the testing phase, we have a lot of hit points for you, for the player, And once that reaches 0, you are game over, and that is Blobmageddon.
Oh my gosh, that's fantastic. I laughed out loud so much.
Yeah, the frying pan is my favorite.
How do you do it? They look like chickens, half chickens without their heads.
Yeah.
And Cyclops emerged and had a baby.
Yeah, so there is a couple of different like enemies that you can spawn. One is a little bit tougher. It has like hard spiky shell and everything. And yeah, so based off of which weapon that you pick up, you have like how much damage that it can do and all that stuff. So it's like a little VR tower defense.
Love it, love it. We have time for a few questions. Not many, but a few. Does anybody have any questions?
Yeah, it was super fun. It was a lot of fun.
Oh my gosh, I love it. Yeah, how was the creation process for this in your class, Nikita?
Right. So the first session, in total, it took about 4 sessions. So the first one was more of like figuring out what we want to do. Do we want to do AR? Do we want to do VR? Yes, they can climb the tower. And that is using off-link meshes. So this basically just like jumping. And there's like certain points on there that can do that.
Nice.
Yeah, it's super fun. Super, super fun. So, yeah. Yeah, so yeah, the first session was collaboration and sort of figuring out what we wanted to do. A lot of people wanted to do like a combat thing, and that was pretty easy to do. And or not pretty easy to do, but it was pretty easy to start weeding out the ideas. There was a lot of really good ideas, but the blobs, it came about because we were thinking about like type of enemy that we wanted. And there is a picture of the blobfish. And originally we wanted to use the blobfish, but we couldn't really find any appropriate assets for that. So we settled on a free asset for these little blobs.
Nice. Very fitting. They're very weird.
Yes, very, very weird.
Awesome. Any last questions or closing remarks? Let me just play the game. Where you're singing dun 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 dun.
This is what happens when you get 2 people with dance backgrounds together.
It's true, yeah. It's like, that's why they give us a limit. You know, like you can only spend 5 minutes a week.
Yeah, only 5 minutes. Can I leave you with a pun? Oh,
yes.
You know, I was looking for a vet for my dog here because he's running out of anxiety meds because he's crazy. And so I was looking at, and I was calling up these vets, and I was like, so do you guys do a little bit of work or a lot of work? Because it's like you do a little bit of work, well, you would just be like Dr. Doolittle.
Oh, very nice. Okay. And on that note, I think how about we leave things here the way they are and go to the next project? All right. That's awesome, Nikisa. Great job. I love it.
Thanks.
Round of snaps. Alrighty. Okay, so everyone, next we have, let me just go ahead here and pop my screen back on. So we had, so Ozzy, unfortunately, he can't make it. He had a personal emergency. So I don't think, do any of his students want to talk about the project real quick? I see Andrew, maybe? Yes, somebody? If it's okay. Okay, let me add Andrew to the stream. Okay. He joked this would happen, and then it happened.
I thought it was a joke, and it's kind of funny because I turned the Unity project on. It took like 40 minutes to load, just in case.
Oh my gosh, really?
And sure enough, our project was it had a variety of different things. We decided to do part zombie killing, flying, putting a plane together project. So the point of it is that you start in a scene, you grab pieces of a plane, you put them on the airplane or some object that is a plane. And once that airplane is built, it activates and you can fly it. And while this is happening, zombies are coming to kill you.
Oh my gosh.
So I can sort of show my screen and show you what it looks like. It's unfinished on my side, and it's not nearly as good as Ozzy's. But I can show you what it looks like, and maybe I can try to play it. It's probably going to be really bad and embarrassing, but I will do my best.
More embarrassing than Akisa's pun. Awesome.
Yeah. Sharing is easy at 2 motors. Okay. Share screen. Oh, good. I could pick.
Let me. Here. Okay. Let me pop it up there.
Okay. So this is the my airplane, and I picked a World War II airplane, and it's life size, so it's enormous. The reason why I ended up stopping, and this is actually a really good issue with that somebody mentioned before about motion sickness. So I'm super sensitive about motion sickness, and this had used locomotion with the joystick to move around the space fairly easily. And I had to drop it for a few days because I was testing it so much. I made myself sick and couldn't go back to it. But anyways, once you put this together, you end up, I had it so that once this ends up getting put together, it jumps to a second scene where you're in the cockpit and these zombies are coming at you, and you have these really big guns that you can shoot them with. And that's as far as I got because of the motion sickness issue. But I can try to play this. Hopefully it works. Maybe I'll have to take off my glasses for a second, but let's just try it. Let's just see what happens.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Okay. Oh, wait. I have to... okay, hopefully this doesn't crash my computer.
Anything can happen.
Right.
Everyone, we live on the edge.
You're getting yeah, I was not expecting to show this project. So bear with me a second.
It's all about adventure, living in the now.
You're seeing real stuff going on here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Let's try this. Let's try this again. Oh, my Guardian got removed here. So let me just hold on a second. Stationary boundary confirm. Stationary boundary confirm. Okay. So my Oculus Link obviously is not working properly right now. So I don't know if I can demo this.
But this is perfect. It's exactly like a snapshot of what students go through in class and how to get a project to work. And
so yes, so right now the Oculus Link isn't working, and Oculus Link connects your PC to be able to test this stuff. And a lot of times part of the debugging process is making sure that you can actually see what's going on. So right now my Oculus is fighting me at the moment, so I have to reboot or do something crazy. But I can show you the second scene that I set up, where the zombies are coming at you, and I'll play it, and I'll float around the scene, and you can see the zombies attacking the ship. So just give me a second.
Nice.
And final project. Wait, where am I?
And everyone, we are going to go a little bit over time, maybe 5 minutes, maybe 5 to 10 minutes, but I'll try to wrap up quickly.
Where's my plan? Oh, it's up here. It's like, where is it? So let me play this and see what happens. Hopefully it won't.
Oh gosh, here we go.
Yeah, so let's see. And I'll try to go to the scene view so that you can see stuff. The zombies are not there, probably because I didn't activate them. Let's see.
They're asleep.
Yeah, they're unactivated. So that's probably why. There they go.
Okay.
So imagine yourself inside this thing, and you can fly it. So you can get your hands and you can control the left rudder, which is this thing right here. And you can control the joystick, and you can fly around in this world while these zombies sort of follow your position. So you can see they're sort of accumulating in my position because I'm sort of floating in space. But if I were to fly around, I literally would be able to, fly around this world and in a plane and kill these zombies that are following me. So that was sort of our class project. It was sort of two parts: build a plane with grabbable objects that snap to certain positions on a plane itself that builds something. And then once that happens in full, you can then climb into the plane and use the mechanisms inside to be able to fly around and kill stuff. And it was really hilarious because Ozzy was building things and the zombies were coming too fast and like killing him instantaneously. And so we had a lot of fun building it. And it was just really it was really like an accumulation of the things that we had learned in class, from scripting and sort of the logic behind things, and applying them to a fun scene that we all had fun with. And so this is an Aussie scene. We had to take what we were doing and what he was doing and apply it to our own. And so this is just sort of a snapshot of an unfinished project that I eventually will finish based on what we did in class. So hopefully that is okay. I'm sorry that the Oculus Link didn't work, but
no, this is so cool. It's so cool. It's so realistic to what you guys go through, right? So
yes, and being in the cockpit is actually really fun, and flying is really fun. But motion sickness is an issue when moving the joystick around and moving in that space. So it's part of a design issue that we all have to go through to figure out.
Very cool. Well, I definitely appreciate, Andrew, you stepping in.
Yeah, yay! Ozzy owes me big time now, by the way.
Oh yeah, Ozzy, 10 more 101 sessions for free.
Thank you, guys.
Jerry, thanks, Andrew. Yeah, Jerry saying it never works when we need to demo. Of course. All right, I'm gonna remove you. Well, thanks, Andrew. So yeah, that was awesome. And so it's really cool to see, all of these 3 class projects, they were from the same class, Extra Development with Unity, but depending on the students' votes and what they wanted to created something totally different, which is pretty cool to see. So we're gonna go ahead to wrap up in prizes. So I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen again. I'm gonna try to make this quick so that we don't end too late. So prize draw. So now we've started the Circus Stream prize draw. And these prizes are, so I'll announce it after we get the winner. So we have a first prize and we have a most engaged student award. And the first prize comes from, so we have a couple of feedback surveys. And so the more surveys that you submit, the more chances you have of winning a prize. So I'm going to be doing, this is live, this is not rigged. I'm going to be doing I'm going to share my screen here, and I'm going to be doing a live random number generator. So let me just show you guys what this looks like. Second. Okay. So here we have, as you can see, yes. So you have all of the students and their entries. Okay, so it's a number from 1 to 56, and I'm gonna draw that number. Okay, so number 1 to 56. Are y'all ready? 1, 2, 3, go. 22. Who is it? Francis Lai. Is Francis here today? I don't know if they're here today. Anyways, okay, so Francis Lai just won a 101, an hour and a half with an instructor of their choice. Yay, congratulations, Francis. Very cool. Okay, so I'll let them know. Hopefully they'll be happy with that. Yay, Francis, yes. And then this is another pretty unique award. So our second award is the most engaged student. So this student is going to get also an hour and a half one-on-one time with an industry expert. And I think we all know who this is. So our most engaged student award goes to Andrew Alderetti. Congratulations, Andrew. I'm gonna bring him back up. Yay!
Thank you guys. Oh my God. I don't know what to say. It's amazing.
Oscar speech.
I think honestly, the reason why I feel like I've been so engaged is because of all the really awesome things that you guys have made us do to learn as much as we can. So big thanks to you guys for including me in everything that you guys do, from the workshops to the one-on-ones to the classes to Slack especially. So thanks.
It's our pleasure. No, seriously, this is like it's so cool to see you engaged and everybody else engaged. Right. It just makes our job so easy. So congratulations.
Thank you. Thanks everybody.
Awesome. Alrighty. So again, I would like to give all of the students today, all of the instructors, all of our team a huge round of applause. Congratulations, everybody. Join me in an applause. Let me add them all to the stream. There they are. Okay. Congratulations, everybody. That was awesome. You guys, we know it's not easy, and you do a lot of hard work. And, the hardware doesn't work, and, it's a lot of C#, but it goes by too fast. So you guys really put in the work, and you really deserve all this recognition. Congratulations. Cool. And a couple more things to wrap up, everyone. So we have our Circuit Stream open house coming up on August 10th at 1 p.m. Pacific time. So if you want to create projects such as those, or want to hear more about us, learn more about us, definitely come and attend. I'm going to share the link here. My mouse is doing crazy things. I'm going to share in the comments. There you go. And we're going to have a student talk about the process as well. And then we're also going to be talking about our summer sale. Who doesn't love discounts? Charles, I feel like I need your mic now because it's a special kind of radio broadcasting mic to announce the summer sale.
All right, here it is. What should I say?
You could just say, summer sale. Take advantage of Circuit Stream's offers.
Summer sale. No, sorry, I'm terrible at this. Performance anxiety.
No. You just don't want my mic, right?
After the app.
Coming this summer.
There we go. Much better.
We're in a world of innocence. Right, Andy?
Thank you, Lucy. I was about to say that. It was a time of innocence in Circuit Stream summer sale.
I love it. So you get $1,000 off our packs, and you get 20% off any course. And for an alumni, you get 30% off. So we're going to be talking about our XR Development with Unity course, as well as our XR Design course. So interaction design and prototyping for XR. Anyways, that's it, everybody. Thank you so much for coming. I'm going to share our Slack link. Definitely stay connected with us. This was so cool. If you have any feedback, let us know. I'm your host for the day, Luciana Fortis, and thanks for coming. All right. See you, everybody. Bye.